Have you ever wondered what makes men actually give princess treatment? If you knew exactly why and when men give princess treatment, wouldn't that make it so much easier for you to receive that from the men that you're dating? It's exactly why on today's show we're going to be discussing how to receive princess treatment from men. That way you can be the queen who has all the other peasants wondering how you got the men that you date to be willing to crawl on glass just to get a whiff of your seat. The first thing you need to do is start treating yourself. You must treat yourself like a princess, because when you finally receive this treatment, you need to feel comfortable that this is something meant for you. You cannot attract princess treatment into your life if you don't believe that you yourself are a princess. I know that it sounds silly. If when men are treating you well and going above and beyond for you, that feels uncomfortable, or that doesn't feel real to you, or that doesn't feel like it's meant for you, there's a problem there. Because you can't continue to attract that into your life if you don't feel like that rightfully is yours. You're gonna get exactly what you believe that you deserve. So if you only feel like the only type of relationship you deserve is a horrible man who treats you horribly, you go up and down with, it's a toxic relationship and a toxic cycle, that is exactly what you will get in your relationships. If you only ever feel like you should deserve princess treatment and you deserve to live in a fairy tale where your guy goes above and beyond for you, that is the reality you will live in. That is the relationship you will see. You are in control of your reality. So if you know that you want princess treatment so badly and that's the life that you want to live, you actually have to start treating yourself that way. The true way to manifest something, especially in this case when it comes to princess treatment, you need to live in it, believe that it's yours, so that when you receive it from another man, you know this to be true and this is normalized for you. You have to start going out and doing all the things that you would like a man to do for you. So if you want a man to buy you some gifts, you buy yourself some nice gifts. If you want a man to take you shopping, you take yourself shopping. If you want a man to take you to fancy restaurants, you take yourself to fancy restaurants, because we want you to get comfortable being in the environment that you want to be in eventually. You want to experience Nobu and have a man take you out to Nobu? I want you to take yourself out to Nobu. Get comfortable. Take your IG pictures at Nobu. Feel like you actually belong here. It won't feel like when you're sitting there at Nobu like, oh my God, a guy's actually spending $300 on a date with me. This does not feel like it should be me. You'll never get princess treatment that way. One, because you're going to be manifesting the opposite into your life when you don't believe that this is authentic to you. And number two, when I give you princess treatment, because I believe that's what you deserve and that's the standard that you abide by and live with. Now, if your response to me giving you princess treatment is that, this doesn't belong to me, or this isn't authentic to me, or I don't really deserve you to be treating me this way, then I'm going to receive it as, oh, your value is actually less than. Men treat you well and they go above and beyond for you because they see that much value in you, period. We don't want, when you step into the world of princess treatment, we don't want you looking around like, I'm a tourist here, I don't belong here. You're a local in princess treatment land. You already know what it's gonna be and you walk right in and you skip the line because that's where you belong. Number two is strategic storytelling. What you don't wanna do when you go out on dates, you don't need to be pointing fingers at the guy and saying, hey, I want you to know, man, that you gotta treat me like this and that and do this and do that if you're gonna date me. In the process of meeting someone and they're learning you, you can use storytelling to your advantage to let men know what you expect, what you're used to, what you're accustomed to. It's a great way to help them see if they're planning on doing something different or not treating you according to how you've been used to being treated, then they're probably not going to get access to you. And that's very good. You want men understanding that you have standards and expectations, and if they can't meet those, they probably should exit stage left before they even waste any of your or their own time. Remember, I've talked to you guys in the past about not making the mistake of spilling and trauma dumping on the first couple of dates how horribly your ex treated you. And the reason I say that is because you don't want to make it clear to men that in the past relationships or with your most recent ex that he's cheated on you, done this and done that horrible thing, and you forgave him over and over and over again. But you just don't want guys thinking that you allow people in your life to walk all over you and you forgive them. That just tells him that he should treat you that same way, or he can at least. In the opposite sense, I want you to take the opportunity when you're on dates to use storytelling to tell men how the last guy or the last few guys went over the top for you and did the most. It can be something smaller as long as it shows thoughtfulness and the fact that he really was trying to put his best foot forward. That way, he starts building a narrative within his own mind that, oh, I see now. I see a theme that all the guys in your life, they took care of you, they took you out, they were taking care of you emotionally and financially and all this other stuff. Now I'm starting to get a clue in, hey, either I'm prepared to do that and I can meet her exactly how she's been experiencing her relationships, or if I'm knowing that I'm just here to waste her time, I'm also getting the sense that that's not me. See, if they know that they're not ready to give you princess treatment and they're hearing all the ways that you've been receiving princess treatment, you're going to see it on their face, in their body language, and hear it in their words, in their response to you. Oh, he did that for you. Oh, a guy paying for everything just kind of seems a little bit over the top. When it's in line with how he feels about how he should be treating you, he'll be like, oh, 100%. I agree with that's great. I love that. And he'll actually enjoy hearing those stories because he'll be like, I can do that same thing. So now when you're using storytelling, you're essentially letting him know, I hang out in Princess Treatment Town. I go to Princess Treatment Club and bar, and I get let in by the bouncers, and I sit down and I get my regular drink all the time. Now, and storytelling is a perfect way to say that to men without telling that to them, okay? So let's just say, for the sake of example, so let's say you're at a restaurant. Oh, this fettuccine Alfredo looks just like the fettuccine Alfredo that I had when I was in Italy. My ex actually, he surprised me with a trip somehow, like literally it was just out of the blue. He surprised me with the trip and he took me to Italy and we just went there for a week. And I swear the restaurant that we were at, the spaghetti looks just like this. Whatever your story is, use that to your advantage, okay? Now, number 3 is what I'm gonna call dog treats. You want to start holding your appreciation, love, and affection very dearly. And you need to start valuing that because you have a lot of power in that. If you can understand how to be the most impactful with your words and your affection and your appreciation, you can really get men to move and shake mountains for you without ever having to move a muscle. When you are training a dog, men aren't dogs. I just want you to understand the analogy and the concept. Dogs don't actually know whatever language you speak. They understand your emotion, your tone of voice, and your body language. So when you say, good boy, good boy, good boy, and your voice is so high pitched, they can actually read into that. And they get excited too because they start to feel like you're excited. The way that you appreciate guys is not just through your words, but it's also through your body language and the emotion behind your words. You want to be making sure that you give them positive affirmation when they do something good, and you give them negative affirmation when they do something bad. They understand, hey, if I want more dog treats, I continue doing this action or activity. And you use dog treats as a way to help dogs connect good behavior with dog treats. You want to attach princess treatment with the appreciation that you give him when he does the right thing that you're looking for him to do. When your guy goes over the top or actually is putting his best foot forward, you make sure that you show him the appropriate amount of appreciation and affection for how much he's doing, the same way you would not show him appreciation or be upset at him if he were doing something bad. Your appreciation always has to be relative to how much he's doing for you. So let me give you an example. I always tell you guys, you don't need to be giving random strangers compliments. The guy that you go on one date with that you just met on Hinge, you don't need to be telling him, oh my God, it's so nice for you to take me on one single date, and you're the most amazing man since sliced bread because you took me out on one single date after meeting me on Hinge. Okay, we're not doing that. That makes it seem as if like, what, do you never have guys ask you out from Hinge? Okay, it's one date. As time goes on and you're building more and more rapport with this guy, and he's doing more and more for you in the relationship and being more and more consistent with you, now you want to level up your appreciation. Giving princess treatment is amazing, and guys love to give princess treatment to the women that they care about and want to be with. There is a give and take process to a princess treatment. And so if you want to sustain that and continue getting that for long periods of time, you need to do something for him by showing him how much you appreciate what it is that he's doing. Now, you don't do that by just being like, oh, this is really nice. Thank you for the dinner. Okay, bye, right? You want to make it seem like, no, I actually take notice of everything that you've done here, and I acknowledge how much work you're putting into our relationship, and I appreciate you so much for doing that. You sit him down and you look him in his eyes and you restate everything that he's done in this, past day, and you take it seriously to acknowledge all the stuff that he does and even the work that went into all the stuff that he did to get that to happen, and you acknowledge everything that he's been doing for you in the process of giving you princess treatment. Let's say a guy you've been dating for the past 6 months plans a really special date with you. He's like, hey, I just want to surprise you and we're going to go to this really nice place. He like buys you a dress or something, or he shows up at your door with flowers. He takes you to a really nice place, and then afterwards he plans a picnic with you, and then you guys are looking up at the stars, and then he drives you home, and it's a really nice night, and he was really thoughtful and respectful the whole night. You take that opportunity to say, hey, I really appreciate you for what you did, and you state back exactly what he did. You might not think you're doing a lot when you show appreciation to guys for doing something good for you, but you are. And you're giving them something, you're giving them a dog treat every time that you do this. Your version of giving back to him is showing him appreciation for the princess treatment that he gives you. Number 4 is to brag with your friends. You're gonna give a little strategic, humble brag about the things that he does for you in front of your friends or his, whichever friends. It's another version of a dog treat, except this one is indirect. So you're gonna show him appreciation, but you're also gonna brag about the things that he's been doing for you to other people in front of him. Let's imagine your man, he booked you a trip to Bali. You go and you guys are at a party. You're talking to friends and things like that, and you're like, guys, you won't believe what he did for me. And this is your chance, okay? You wanna make him feel like the man. This man, I came back from work, and he literally came up to me. He's like, hey, I want to surprise you with something. I know you've been working hard, and I know you need a vacation. He got us tickets to go to Bali. I literally started bawling my eyes out. I couldn't believe it. Girl, oh my God. This man is unbelievable. He's going to be standing there like, they're going to be like, bro, you got our trip to, yeah, just a little trip to Bali, tight shit. Yeah. Like when guys are giving you princess treatment, you also want to make sure that you're giving them something in return. It feels good to give. It feels even better to give and be appreciated for giving. You want princess treatment from a masculine, manly man who can take care of you and protect and provide for you. So notice how you can make a man feel even more masculine and manly, and like he's taking care of you when you show him that level of appreciation. Yes, it's gonna prop up his ego. You're propping up his ego to actually serve yourself. Don't let people fool you and trick you that giving men compliments is bad. It's not bad. You just need to be strategic about it and do it at the right time in the right way. You're really doing this for you because you want a particular outcome. So don't get lost in the fact that, oh, I don't want to go over the top appreciating him if he's giving you princess treatment, yeah, you better make it over the top. If he's giving you princess treatment, he's going over the top. Now, if he's doing less than the bare minimum, of course, you're not going to be, praising a man for literally doing nothing. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. Now, number 5 is you never should be begging. When you begin begging for princess treatment, 1, it's not going to inspire men to give you more of it. And number 2, it's going to show them you're acknowledging you're not receiving that. And in the process of you acknowledging not receiving that, if you continue to stay, it's going to show him that he can continue to treat you like that. You're not going to beg a man to give you princess treatment as if that is the only man who will ever give you princess treatment. You always want to be feeding him a particular perspective and way of looking at you so that he treats you based on his own perspective of you. Remember, you're a regular customer and a regular citizen of Princess Treatment Town. So you're not begging men that you're dating to give you princess treatment simply because, oh, I like you. You're cute and you're handsome and I really want our situation to work. So even though you're not giving me princess treatment, I'm gonna beg you, please give me princess treatment. Please treat me well. Please treat, no. You can't treat me well. Perfectly fine. I go somewhere else where the men know how to treat me well and give me princess treatment. Don't feel bad about not giving access to the soy boys who can't do nothing for you. You give yourself to big dogs who can actually take care of you, or the guys who actually have the mindset and the mind frame that, hey, I'm a provider, and even if I don't have a lot right now, I'm going to do my best for you of what I have right now. Doesn't even have to be financially, but I'm always going to be thoughtful on trying my best in this relationship. And eventually I will be a big dog, because some of those men who might not have the funds as a big dog right now have a big dog mentality, and they will eventually get there and everything will be good. So it doesn't just have to be with the man who's already a millionaire. I promise you, the guys who are always trying to do the bare minimum for you and are always frustrated at the idea of like going over the top for you, those guys, even if you gave them $1 million, would have a problem paying for bills for you. The guys who are actually prepared to do things for you, put their best foot forward in the relationship, those are the only men you focus on and give your time and energy to. All the rest, the soy boys, the microwave men, the men who can't do anything for you or they find it painful to do stuff for you, put them to the side. They get no access to you.